there's one thing this pandemic situation is showing us, it's that we're all connected. And on some level, we're all suffering. But we're also ready to fight our way through. In this series, I'm speaking to people I call friends, people I respect, people I want to see do well. Because in the end, we all have to carry on. And it's better if we carry on together. Hello and welcome back. Today I have a very good friend, my friend who is also, again, named Dan. Dan, for people tuning in, would you just give a brief introduction to who you are and what you do?
Hey, so my name is Dan Deering. I am the owner of MacEdge here in Portsmouth. I also do some design work, Deering Design, and I'm also an indie filmmaker. That's how I met Dan.
I think that I may have played a role in your very first experimentation with video, if I remember correctly.
You're the one who actually got me into shooting video. I used to be neighbors with Dan.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of hanging out, shooting video. So, from there, we went to doing 48-hour film projects with John Herman. I've written and produced 2 of my own short films. I've shot a bunch of short films for other people. You and I have done a bunch of stuff together.
Yeah.
The film stuff has been phenomenal. And I met a lot of these people while working at MacEdge. So that's been a trip.
So let's talk about MacEdge because you, until recently, were an employee.
So I have been with MacEdge for 18 years this summer. I started in 2002. We used to have a couple different stores. I was originally in Nashua. I'm from the Keene area. We had a store in Keene for a little while, but then I ended up in Portsmouth. And that's what got me to move over here. We were closing the store I was in Keene, and I was given the opportunity to come run the store in Portsmouth. So MacEdge is an Apple Premier Partner, which is the top tier of independent dealers in North America. And we're a premium service provider, which is the top tier of service providers in North America. And we're a Verizon authorized reseller as well. So we sell iPhone through Verizon. So that's our normal state of business. We essentially sell everything Apple. We repair everything Apple. Sales have been pretty steady. Our business customers, our local customers are making appointments. We have a dedicated B2B guy, Matt Dido. So he's helping service our B2B customers, shipping product if we need to.
Tell me a little bit about the process of purchasing a business in the middle of a pandemic.
Obviously, this process started long before the coronavirus became a thing. Actually, I've been trying to buy the business for a decade, really. But it was January, I think, I put a written offer in front of the owner. He accepted it rather quickly. And I'd already been talking to a bank about getting financing and all of that to do it. The problem ended up being as soon as the coronavirus hit and those SBA programs hit, the banks have been buried with all these emergency loans. So regular business, regular financial projects kind of took a back burner. So it's been a challenge going through the process. I've been working with Bangor Savings. They've been absolutely phenomenal. The banker I've been working with, poor woman, she is working, I swear to God, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah, I'm getting text messages and emails from her at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. It's been an incredible experience to do it. I can't imagine. I mean, running this business during all of this has been a challenge. I can't imagine what it's been like being a banker during this and trying to take care of all these people that have these emergency loans and do normal business and all of those things. But they have done a phenomenal job of getting this done in the time frame that was required.
I want to jump into kind of the impacts that this pandemic has had on business operations.
Being a service business, we are obviously an essential business, but there's a greater need than normal. And about 2 or 3 weeks into this, the Apple retail stores closed. And we're kind of in between 3 stores. There's one in South Portland, there's one in Manchester, and I think Burlington, Mass is also the closest one south of us. So all these stores have closed. They do a bazillion repairs a day. And being in the Apple ecosystem, we're on the same scheduling tools and the same customer experience as an Apple store. So as soon as the Apple store is closed, if you call 800 APL Care and say, "Hey, my phone's broken," they're going to go into the scheduler. Apple stores are closed. Best Buy stopped doing repairs. There was only like 5 Apple dealers like us in the entire New England region that were actually doing repairs. So that led to an overwhelming deluge of customers. Most of them who've never done business with us before, that's great to get new customers. But it has required us to go to strict scheduling. Everything except doing a repair pickup, you have to have an appointment. Otherwise, we'd end up with 20 people in the store just hoping we could serve them, and we just can't. We've got a nice sign on the door, letting people know our rules. I was in a local business this weekend where they had a set of rules in effect, but they weren't posted, and I got chastised by an employee. But I pointed out, you want me to abide by a set of rules, but you don't have them posted. How do I comply? I think one of the biggest things to take from this right now, especially as other businesses starting to open, communicate with your customers what your policies and expectations are. Put it in a big sign on your door. This is what to expect. This is what we need you to do. That's one of the biggest things, is just communicating. Obviously, we're making appointments for people to come in and have dedicated time without other interactions if they need to make a purchase. Obviously, the service side of things is where things have blown up. We do same-day iPhone repair for iPhone 6s and newer. So if you have a broken screen or battery, those type of things, we can usually do those same day. Because of how crazy it is, we do tell people that, we do need a couple hours to get it done because of how many devices we're doing. And if something goes wrong, we just need a little time to make sure we do it right. We don't want to rush. We really put in high emphasis on the quality of our service and our customer service here in the store, and trying to help as many people as we can. So right now we're working on a Monday through Friday, 5-day work week. That way the staff gets the weekends so they can kind of recuperate, recharge, and get set for the madness of the next week.
Your posts with the graphics that you've laid out on the floor, you recently acquired a large printer.
Yeah, so under Deering Design, I've been doing business cards and design stuff for a long time. And I recently picked up this really large print cut machine. Prints 54 inches wide, die cuts everything. It's an amazing machine. Mostly I was going to do stickers and stuff and card decals and stuff. But then with this, I'm like, I'll do a sign for the door. And then I did some stickers for the floor, please stand here. And I was like, hey, send it out to some of my other Apple friends. They're like, can I get some of those? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I've had a lot of requests, so I'm going to try to find some time, after hours, essentially, to try to produce those type of things. Several other local people I know who've seen that I've been doing this are like, hey, can you do some stuff? So I'm trying to balance that with the MacEdge day to day. But there is a need. Not a lot of people have these machines that can do that type of stuff.
Specifically about staff, what kind of adjustments, if any, have you had to make?
At the beginning of all this, everyone was afraid of what was going to happen. Luckily, because we're in a unique situation where we're the only people around that can sell and service this stuff, we have been busier than normal. Our overall revenue is kind of average. We're selling less at retail, but we're doing more service. So it kind of evens out. But the reality is I need more staff. I've needed more staff for a while. But I'm trying to bring someone in that has some experience, hopefully in the near term, but try to plan for the long term as well. Because there's a lot of things I want to do with the business now that I own it. I want to do more with business services and doing business support. I want to do more with doing home installations. There's all this Apple HomeKit stuff is kind of unique out there. And not a lot of the people that do home installation stuff understand HomeKit. So like Eero Wi-Fi, Arlo security cameras, Sonos speakers, A lot of new TV brands work with HomeKit, so you can talk to them, turn them on, change the inputs, all the stuff. So that's the value we provide. Is we are experts. We're not just selling boxes. Most all of our. I have 4 certified technicians now. It's a ridiculous number. It's the most number of certified techs I've ever had. Everyone here is extremely knowledgeable. So it's not like going into a big box store and someone's like, "Here, this is on sale. I don't care if it meets your needs. It's on sale." We really take the time to talk to people, figure out what they need from their devices. We try to talk about what they want to do 2 or 3 years down the road with their devices, because everything now is kind of a sealed box. You can't upgrade it. So I try to have the conversation about long-term, what they want to do with it, so they don't feel like in 9 months or a year that they made a mistake in their purchase. We want them to be satisfied over the long term.
What kind of advice would you feel is appropriate to offer other business owners that are going through this, or maybe looking at getting their businesses back open now that, a few months have passed?
Yeah, so the best advice I can give other business owners that are looking to reopen or expanding in this, and getting ready to deal with this, I think the most important thing is communicate with your customers. Have signage, have guidance in the store. Make sure your website and your voicemail set your expectation as to what your customer journey is in the new normal as it is. I'm getting really sick of that phrase, but that's where we are right now and probably will be for a good part of this year. So I think the most important thing is communicate with your customers so they understand what's going on with your business and how they can support you, because people do want to support your local businesses. I can't wait to go hit the decks at River House one of these days and just be able to enjoy all the establishments in Portsmouth that I love.
Dan, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. Really, I can't tell you how proud I am for you to have reached this point in the business, to now be the owner outright of MacEdge.
We've been talking about this for as long as I've known you. Hope that I'd own it someday. And here's the thing. Here's the thing just for people out there. Yeah, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't have money growing up. I had to work for what I had. I'm a 2-time college dropout, but I own a business now.
I am thrilled for you and for the community that the business is going to remain here and remain in good hands, good, capable hands. But for those of you watching, thank you again for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. And leave your thoughts in the comments below for Dan and what you think about what he shared about the business MacEdge. And until next time, carry on.
Yay.
All right.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let me check to see if the camera was on.
In our world, the speed and tempo of modern living are increasing at an ever-accelerating rate. Without organization, without system, the result would be chaos. Our control over a bewildering environment has been facilitated by new techniques of handling vast amounts of data at incredible speeds. The tool which has made this possible is the high-speed digital computer operating with electronic precision on great quantities of information.